Alright guys, welcome in. This is Mr. Aragon. What I'm going to be doing is going actually over these notes right here, cell transport notes. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is go over these two concepts over here, polar head and non-polar head in the lipid bilayer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my PowerPoint here, and then I'm going to start from current slide. Hopefully you guys can hear me, and hopefully you guys can see my animations here. So what I want you guys to think about is that egg that you saw. Please remember that it was soft and squishy. That rubbery, watery layer that is surrounding the egg, it's basically keeping it intact, so it's kind of like the water balloon, is the cell membrane. And it's composed of two layers, so it's called a lipid bilayer. Hopefully you guys can see that. And it's composed of a polar water-loving head and a non-polar water-fearing tail. Let me go ahead and scroll to the next slide here. So it kind of looks like this. So the phospholipid bilayer looks like this. What I want you guys to notice is, see these heads right here? Those are the polar heads. What I want you to write on your notes is don't like water. Think of polar bears liking the water, and then these right here, this whole area, are non-polar tails, meaning that they don't like water. Non-P, sorry about my pen, doesn't like water. Now, so there are two illustrations here. So you have this top one here, right? And then you have this one right here. What I want you guys to notice is this is outside the cell, and then this is inside the cell. Okay, so you have this phospholipid bilayer here, and what you guys should notice is that you guys have these protein channels right here. So molecules can actually get from outside the cell inside the cell. So if you guys remember tracking your the mass of your egg, you might have noticed that it gained or lost some weight. So it gained or lost fluid, more than likely water, through these protein channels right here, because water can't cross this membrane because you have this water-loving head here, but inside right here is non-polar. So water can't go through because this is water hating. So in order for water to get in, you need these aquaporins, or these protein channels right here, that allow things to get in and out of the cell. So on that question that says what are protein channels, they allow things to go in and out of the cell. Oh, I just wrote all over that. Sorry about that, my friends. And then these blue little chains here are carbohydrate chains. They act as receptors, so they detect foreign objects. Now, if you notice the shape of this one right here, it's a triangle shape. So what that means is, if you have something like another cell that has a triangle shape receptor, it allows it inside the cell. So this is how your virus gets in. So those keys that we were talking about on the surface of virus cells are actually protein receptors with sugar chains that actually mimic the surface receptors of human cells. On your sheet it says it's selectively permeable. That just means it selects what goes in and out of the cell. So that's what you should write in there. Allows some molecules in and keeps other molecules out. So not everything gets inside the cell. Okay. Let's see here. You have two types of transport. My video is about to end because I only have 40 more seconds left, but I will make another one. You have two types of transport. You have passive. What I want you to write down is this: does not require energy right next to it. And then you have active transport, and active does require energy. So, kind of simple to remember, because if you're very active, you use a lot of energy. If you are passive, you really don't use a ton of energy, right? So what I want you guys to think about is this analogy. If I'm at the top of the hill, I'm high. In order to get down, I don't require energy. No energy. But if I'm at the bottom, low, and I'm trying to go up, I'm going to need a ton of energy.